Hello, and welcome to my tutorial series on how to make an action role-playing game in Unreal Engine 4. Throughout this series, we have been designing a game similar to that of Assassin's Creed. In this video, we will add a toggle function that will allow us to toggle between running and walking with our character. Let's begin. The very first thing we're going to do is we're going to decide which button we're going to use to toggle our run and our walk. Click Edit here in the left-hand corner and go down to Project Settings. Once this window is open, scroll down to where it says Input. Right here are all the settings for the buttons we need for our game. As we can see here, for example, move forward, and if I click on this, W is used for forward and S is used for backward, as well as all the other controls we can attach to our game, whether we're using an Oculus or a gamepad. For our purposes, we're going to go up here to Action Mapping, which has our jump setting in it, but it also has this Reset VR, which I'm going to get rid of. You can keep it if you're using this game for another system. Then I'm going to go up here to this plus sign in Action Mappings. I'm going to click it, and I'm going to simply name this Toggle Run Walk, because that's what it's doing. Now underneath the name I'm giving this, you'll see this None, and I'm going to click on this arrow, and it's going to give me the options of what control I can apply for this feature. So if I'm using a gamepad, here's all the gamepad control functions right here, and in this case here's our keyboard, and it has all the keyboard buttons right here. And I'm going to use the letter R for now. You can choose whatever run or whatever button you want to for this function, depending on how you want to set up the controls of your character, but that's what I'm choosing for now. Maybe I'll change it later. So we're going to X out of that, and then we're going to go into our third person character. From here, we're going to go into our general graph. We're going to left click, and we're going to type in Input Action. Now right here we can see action events. And if you remember from when we were in the action events input screen, there was one for jump, and here's the one we created called Toggle Run Walk. So this represents when we press the letter R, or in some cases, depending on what we're doing, if something would happen if we were to release the letter R. So to create our toggle, what we're going to go over here and do is we're going to add a variable. And we're going to call this variable isRunning. And I'm going to take this, I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to click on Set isRunning, connect that to there, and go over here again, and I'm going to get isRunning. Go here, and I'm going to type not, get a not boolean, and put it there. And basically what I'm asking now is, I'm asking, is my character not running? Or for lack of better words, is my character walking? And before we do that, we actually have to go here, and we have to hit compile. The reason why we have to do this now is because I want to set a default value, and I couldn't do that till I hit compile. So I'm going to click that. So basically, let me hit compile again. So basically, if I go into the editor here and I hit play, whenever I hit W or my directional arrows, the first thing my character does is they run. That's their default value. So going back over here into our graph, we're going to go and we're going to create a branch. Hopefully this will all make sense at the end. I know it can get a little confusing with me saying is running, is not running, but that's actually how computers think. So from there, I'm going to grab my character movement, and I'm going to create a little branch there, or a little arrow there, and I'm going to type in set max walk speed, which is right here, and I'm going to connect this to true. And in my value for max walk speed, I'm going to set this to 600. Let's straighten this out so you can see it better. I'm going to set this to 600, which is our maximum walk speed. And now down here, I'm going to create another set max walk speed. And this one is going to be my actual walking speed. And I'm going to set that there. And make sure to set is running to our condition. So when we start our game, the ultimate default speed that our character is going to be moving at is going to be running, our running speed of 600. But when we push R, basically what happens is we push R and it asks the question, is the character not running? And if that is true, if the character is walking, then we're going to set the speed to 600. If that is false, then it sets the character speed to 300. So we're going to hit compile. We can go back into our editor. We're going to hit play. And now when I hit it, it should start out running. And I press R, and now she walks. Press R again, and she's running. And then back to walk. So now, just like in the game Assassin's Creed, we'll be able to walk through the streets of the city. And if we gotta get away from something or gotta move fast, we can transition to a run. So that's it for today. Next video, we're gonna add our jump animations. Once again, thank you for watching. Like my video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and support me on Patreon. All links in the description below. See you next time.